Shelly, welcome to a conversation with the audience that has been following Navigating Uncertain Times. I'm really, really grateful to you for making time and sharing your knowledge. I know you as a dear friend, as the LinkedIn Superwoman, the Wonder Woman. You go by so many titles on LinkedIn. I'd like people to know who you are as a person. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I have a cape, and sometimes it goes in the wash. So I do take time, especially now. I feel like with these uncertain times, it's really important. It's actually given me some time to reflect and actually see just how busy my life can get at times. And so I know that a lot of people have been, thinking about this time as something that they want to pass really quickly. And I agree. It is something that won't be on our time, unfortunately. But it's also, I think, a good time for many of us to kind of reflect and see what we may be missing in our lives and take the opportunity to get that back again. Because I know I'm really happy when I put the cape on and I do LinkedIn training and speaking, because it is what makes me really happy, that I can empower and affect lives in a positive way, get people to tell their stories online, and really own their space on LinkedIn. But at the same time, sometimes I get so busy that I don't realize that maybe my well-being or my health or even the things I used to take joy in may have kind of just got put on the side without me even knowing it, just because I allowed all of the other things to kind of take over. So I'm using this time to reflect. Of course, I'm still doing a lot on LinkedIn, but at the same time, I'm starting to really take notice and bring some important things back into my life that I might have let go of just because I got too busy.
Which is true for all of us. Sometimes we take life for granted, and we are constantly on the go thinking that, okay, I will make time, I will grab that coffee, or I will go for a lunch date, which never happens because we're just, rushing through, passing by.
Yes.
Being at home and being forced to stay in a certain space has made us realize there were a lot of things that we had not been doing. And I'm so glad that we are doing this today, because we had been wanting to meet for, I don't know for how long. We were saying, oh, we have to meet. And look what it took for us to, put everything away and join forces in bringing some happiness, some smiles. I guess we both can do that. And we have a huge tribe that helps us do that too.
An amazing tribe.
Absolutely. A hugely amazing tribe. That's so right.
Yeah.
Tell me, how has your personal life been impacted, and what's happening in your professional space because of COVID-19? How are you working around it?
So in my personal space, I think it's actually been really good, because my husband and I have been going out for a 60-minute walk every single day, taking a new route every single day, getting to know our community. I'm kind of stunned at the things that I didn't know about. And it's actually brought us, I think, closer, because if you had asked me like even a year ago, would you and your husband be out doing a 60-minute walk around the neighborhood, I would have said no. I don't think so. But here we are, and I guess it's going on week 3. So that's been really good, because we look forward to it now, and I don't even have to bug him so much. He's there, what route to date? So that's really been good. So I think that's been a really positive thing, because I've been wanting that for a long time. For us just to kind of get out there and then come back and have supper and put the evening into play. In terms of my professional life, well, because I do so much with LinkedIn, I don't. So my space that I use online has been the same, because the beauty of having a strong LinkedIn community is it was there before the virus, it's there during the virus, and it'll be there when all of this passes. So I am tremendously grateful to have an amazing community, people pod, like I like to call them, including yourself, that are there for me online when I just need to reach out to somebody. So I'm still having LinkedIn lattes online and doing my kind cafe and reaching out and doing posts and connecting with people. So that hasn't really changed. But I did have quite a few speaking engagements lined up in Chicago and Nashville and all around that I was really, really excited a bit about, and had to turn around and see those kind of events canceled or postponed. And it kind of made my heart a little bit sad, but then I thought, well, it's nature. There's nothing I can do. So why sit in sadness? Like, why let that bring me down? Like, look into the future, and I'm sure that those things will be there, in the future when time and space permits. So just maybe, it'll be something to look forward to after everything gets back to normal. So that's been a little bit like, it seems every week as we get into like spring and summer and fall, those things are being canceled. Even things as far as the fall are already being canceled. So it kind of put my professional speaking life in disarray a little bit. But I'm trying to just like be positive and look forward to the future, and try to do some things online to make up for that. I'm involved in Hope Summit in a couple of weeks, which I'll be sharing with everybody, and that's really to like give hope. It's all about hope. The proceeds are going to a charity. I'm one of the guest speakers, so there are some really good events coming out of this entire thing. Look at us. We tried to get together in person and have a LinkedIn latte together, and it just didn't happen. So here we are today, finally having some time together. Yeah. In terms of, working at the university, that's been a really big change because, most educational institutions throughout the years have never really took coaching and workshops and all of those type of things online. So there was a big adjustment from top leadership down to have everything customized and changed to really be available to students online. So I think that's been a change for everybody: students, staff, faculty, administration, everybody. So I think we're in the swing of it now, but in a way, I think it's been a good thing, because while there are a lot of like industries moving in terms of the future of work, the educational institutions have kind of remained in that like front-facing type of thing. Like, we do coaching, we do everything online, even LinkedIn training. So being able to effectively do that online, I think will just allow for maybe institutional educations to kind of see that there are other ways available to them. And I think it may even expand the offerings that they already have in terms of supporting their students and where they're going to go in their professional lives. So in a way, again, I'm seeing the positive that has come out of this, even though it's a different way of working.
Absolutely, and I completely agree with you on that. This new changed reality has certainly brought into light what could be done differently. And initially, there was an inclination and there was an intention, but the sudden change has kind of forced it upon everybody to find another route and take on to it. So yeah, I'm glad to hear that the transition is taking place and you're finding that rhythm. So how are you structuring your day? Is it any different from what you used to do before?
I always start off with my LinkedIn latte in the morning and do my post and help other people. So that really hasn't changed. And then I set my day depending on what I have. I usually have students that I'm working with from the university. And then there have been other things that have come about that I'm working on, like the Hope Summit, and because I will be I'll be the host of a panel. So, just trying to get that together. I do the Kind Cafe because for me, it's a great way to get to know my community on LinkedIn a little bit deeper. I found that last year I struggled to make that time to have more time online with my global community. So now I'm actually finding that time, or at least trying to find that time. I had a few hiccups along the way as well with just getting my the technology up to par, because I was struggling with that too for a little bit. But and I lost a few things along the way, but now I seem to be able to do that. So I just structure, it's basically business as usual, except I'm on my computer a lot more. And that's why by the time 5 o'clock comes, I try to make that, that time sacred to me, and getting out and doing that 60-minute walk before I come back into the house. Just really trying to, I really notice the impact of not having the sun as much and the isolation, and I'm a community person. A coach told me that many years ago, well, 10 years to be exact. And I need people. I love people. I could network all day and all night. So for me, isolation is really tough, because I'm such a community person. I like to exercise with community. I like to have LinkedIn lattes with community. I don't like having coffee by myself. I like to share.
Yeah.
So so just making sure that the community, I don't let that go, and I don't lose it. So what I have to do is to bring it online, and to make sure that I still reach out to people on a daily basis. So the routine that I had before that I can keep up, I still keep up. And the other things I'm just trying to transform, so I don't get lost or don't feel like, oh, my community is not there around me, because for a community person, that can be really, really, really tough.
Absolutely. And I hear you. Like you, I'm also an extrovert.
Yes.
So my saving has been these conversations that I've been having. In all honesty, when I started this initiative, was to help everyone who was struggling with there's job loss, and there are immigrants who were in the process of job search. That was the calling. But I have found that without knowing, this has been a huge benefit to me personally, because people that I had been wanting to have conversations with, and who are friends, and some of them are not friends, but we have known each other for the longest time. We have been able to now do a face-to-face, which, if things had not changed, would not have happened. Exactly. And I am gaining much more and learning much more in that intention of giving. It has brought back way more to me than I had, I'd never thought about it. So this is certainly an amazing thing. What is your tip? Because the people that follow you, there are people, you have students that you coach, you have professionals that you coach. What are your tips for them to navigate this time, to do in the meantime while they are waiting this out?
So my top tip is to think about a skill, or think about something that you wanted to add to your own toolkit over the years or months, and you just didn't have time to do it. Think about what could help to position you and your marketability or employability, depending on what your goals are in the future, or even just personally, what could you do in this time to raise yourself up? So I know that for myself, I really want to develop stuff in diversity and inclusion, because it's something I'm really passionate about, but I haven't had a lot of time to dig deeper into it. I want to learn more about design thinking, because it's something that really, really I'm excited about, and it's something that I think is going to affect all of us as we, move into the future of work. So find out what. I'm also taking, I have to say this too, I'm also taking the course, the certificate in happiness from Yale University. I'm also taking that day by day. So that was a course that I actually wanted to take before, and now it's free for everybody. except you just pay for the certificate at the end. But trying to find out, where does happiness place in your life? So that's something that I wanted to kind of dig a little bit deeper in for myself personally. So I'm taking that. I'm taking some courses through LinkedIn Learning. I'm just really, really on top of what's being offered, and so much of it is being offered for free, that if you were to think of a course or a skill or a certificate that you really wanted to go after, I would guarantee that 98 or 99% of the time you could find that for free. So take advantage of it, because so many people are coming, so many institutions and organizations are coming out and saying, because of this, we want to offer this free, or at a ridiculously reduced cost. So I mean, I can't say that enough. I think that that's something that can, first of all, help us with our time, and help that time to be progressive, and help us to move forward. So that would be my biggest tip, because that's exactly what I'm doing, and I just haven't had the time to do it. So really taking advantage of that. And also online exercise classes, you know, that kind of got pushed aside, unfortunately. So the cool thing about it is that most of the gyms, if you belong to a gym, they are streaming their classes online. Some of them have them on YouTube for free. And again, these classes would in reality cost so much money. If you wanted to become a member, or you wanted to take these classes, say one by one, it would really cost a lot. But again, these gym owners and just fitness professionals are just being so generous with their time and their knowledge, that they're offering these courses for free. And I know that I'm doing that with Soul Fuel. They opened last year, I believe, and they're amazing. And MJ, who is the owner of Soul Fuel, is doing everything via like online Zoom. So I can either do it with her, or I can follow up and watch the recording after. So trying to get my health back in order, and do some exercise along the way. So take a skill, take an exercise class, take whatever you can. They're so available right now.
Well, I'm so glad that you brought up health, because mental health is a huge piece that is being impacted, and physical health as well, for that matter, because people who were going out, had certain exercise routines, it all came to a standstill, and it's taking a while for people to evolve and find how to get those things done. So these are really valuable tips for.
And get involved. Like if you're passionate about a cause, like I am about bullying, for example, you know, anti-bullying and my Decide to Be Kind campaign, this is a perfect opportunity to dig deeper and build partnerships and relationships. And I know that this has been a great time to take that community and expand it, and the message of deciding to be kind, and raising the red flag about bullying on LinkedIn, and not allowing that space to become something that's not positive and safe. So, I mean, I'm also taking the time that I need to kind of bring awareness to that cause, and to connect with people that are after the same or passionate about the same cause as I am. And this is, again, a great time to do it, because we have the time.
Absolutely. And in fact, I don't know if you had the chance to watch Jeff and me talking about Decide to Be Kind. We were flashing our Decide to Be Kind and LinkedIn superhero wristbands, which was you've really done something profound over here. You've started a chain, and you've brought together people who think on similar levels and have the same values, which is really needed in today's time. We are in this together, and we are looking at similar causes. So I'm so glad that you lead in this space with initiatives such as this one.
So a lot of people, when I started this, they were like, "Oh, how are you going to push this forward. And, you know, the naysayers were there and everything, but like, I think on January 1st, when I put it out there, I just said to myself, you know what, this is something I'm passionate about. I want to bring purpose and meaning, a deeper purpose and meaning to what I do on LinkedIn. And I'm so lucky because like people like you and Jeff, who are like my people, make this so easy and just like helped me to get the word out, and we're so generous with taking pictures and posting them and posting the message, because you two are two of the kindest people I know, and I embrace your friendship so much. But the wristbands have gone all over the world, from one end of the world to the other, and for me that is so impactful, because it's not so much about the wristband, it's about community. And the more community we have, the more that we can send out that really important message that we will not allow that to happen, that we will take a stand and we will make sure that LinkedIn is a safe, positive, inspiring place for everybody, because that's what it was meant to be. And we're just going to say no to any kind of bullying. And I have to admit that I'm so grateful that so many people have come together to spread that message. And the wristbands go out on a weekly basis, and it's not about the wristband, but it's about the message.
It's about
the fact that there are a lot of people that are not on this space anymore. And why? Because they have been bullied, and it just isn't fair. So I will be the first to say, no, I don't accept that.
Well, I saw your clip from Daisy's Visioning, where you were explaining how you started this journey of anti-bullying on LinkedIn. And when I saw that, I knew this is going to have an impact. That video of the visioning, where you described it, the purpose, it was so clear. It was so crisp. I don't know if people have seen that, but they should definitely. And if you have a clip, please be kind and post it, because people need to see how clarity of a vision of purpose can work miracles. Because it has, in your case, you were clear in identifying what you wanted from the universe, and you have proven by spreading this message across the globe that it is possible to do.
Yeah.
Which is amazing, which is so amazing. I know you give on a daily basis, whether it's through your content, through your shout outs, through your people pod. Where have you observed any kind acts that you would want to identify on, whether it's on LinkedIn or other, in your space, that you want to give shout outs to?
Oh, well, on LinkedIn, it's every day. I mean, I definitely see a big change in just how people are coming together. And like I said earlier about all of these things people are giving for free. There are some people that are giving things away for free that is part of their lifeline. It's part of their profession. And they've decided to offer these things free because they feel compelled to do that, considering what we're all going through and feeling. So there's too many to mention, but there are a lot of people giving away courses and opportunities for discussion that may have been part of their business. And they're just being so generous, and that's on a daily basis. I see that. I mean, in my condo, a big sign went up by these two people who just moved in. And they wrote a note and said, if you're, older and unable to go for groceries, or you need anything, please give us a call. And they posted it all in all of the elevators and outside. And I was thinking, these are people that just moved in the building, and they're ready and willing to do that, right? And just people putting up signs, like if you have a dog or if you need extra help. And I know that we've even said that as well, because we have 2 dogs, we have to go out anyway. So we've even put that out there, that if you have a dog and you're not feeling well, we can make some kind of arrangements to help with that. So I see it all around me. I mean, I really do think that it's tough. We're going through a really tough and uncertain reality right now. But I really think that after this time, we're not going to be the same. And I don't think we're going to take as many things for granted. And I don't think we're going to see relationships the same way. And I think it's going to pull, not I think, I can pretty much guarantee that it's going to pull people together. And people are going to be way more generous with their time, with their energy, with their space than they were in before. I just really believe that.
That's absolutely so true. Things will be done differently. And because both of us love LinkedIn so much, I definitely would want to mention LinkedIn Learning, how they have provided free courses for people to take and learn from at this point. Because again, those come from experts and come at a cost. But for a corporate to recognize the need and to make it available for people to partake from is commendable. So it's been amazing.
You know how much I love LinkedIn and LinkedIn Learning, so I'll be the first to say yes, but they're giving a whole learning path on working remotely, and how you can really perfect those skills and learn about, video conferencing and Zoom and Skype and Blue Jeans and meetings and whatever you decide to help you to do what maybe you needed to do offline before and kind of transforming that online. But yes, they're offering a couple of learning paths for free, some courses for free, and I think they're constantly looking at ways that they can offer some really good material to anybody who needs it at this time. So, a big shout out to them, because they're an amazing team.
Of course.
And a really giving team.
Wonderful. That's so true. You constantly give. Now, I'm going to ask you, if there was a magic wand and you could ask something for yourself, and this has to be just for yourself, what would that be?
Oh, that's a difficult one. I think just for now, because I'm so passionate about empowering, women, and if ever there is an opportunity that you need a speaker to get up and speak on empowerment and kindness and definitely social reciprocity, you can keep me in mind. I still have that whole TEDx thing swirling around in my mind. So if there's any magic wands out there with TEDx at the end of them, I'm here. Definitely. So because I've just been, I've been really blessed with, speaking a lot about this impact of kindness and how a wristband has brought community together, but also the power of social reciprocity and not waiting for something in return, and how powerful that can be in terms of getting the wishes that you originally wanted. So I guess that will be it.
Well, that's what I wish for you then. I wish that the TEDx speaker label finds the way to you, and soon enough we hear you and see you on the stage. That definitely would be something that would make me really happy, because I know you're so deserving of it as well. If there was one thing that you would want to leave people with in terms of what they could do in this time while they are navigating this space, what would that be?
So if you're in a space and you feel that, you're lonely, or you're just not feeling that you're part of the community any longer, maybe this is your time to really reach out and start connecting with people on LinkedIn. And I mean really connecting. Send an email, reach out, take it to a phone call, or take it to a Zoom meeting, so that you can start building that community. Because for me, in times like of uncertainty, I have this community around me, so it doesn't feel as lonely. And if I didn't have this community, I know that the effects of not being able to mix and mingle and learn from others would be really, really difficult. So if you're one of these people simply watching or lurking or just kind of trying to navigate LinkedIn but having a little bit of fear, take this time to say, you know what, I'm going to power over that fear, and I'm just going to reach out to some people that I want to connect with. Reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to connect and chat and let you know how you can navigate this wonderful and powerful platform to the point where you get that aha moment, like Oprah says so often, and then you realize just how important it can be in times like this. Do some things you've never done before. Again, the whole skill thing. Take on a couple of things and challenge yourself on a weekly basis to really help yourself to grow personally and professionally. There's just so much out there, an abundance of things. And 3, take the time for you. If there are some things that you need for your own mental health or wellness, don't be afraid to take that time. This is a perfect opportunity to take that and work with it. It takes 21 days to make a habit, so challenge yourself with the 21-day goal of whether it's meditation or just reading, or I signed up for Audible so that I'm like reading on reading. It's better for me to kind of listen, but I know that has been great. I mean, the stuff and the material that's out there, I mean, I'm just trying to learn every day and gravitate to those people like Brené Brown and Simon Sinek, who I never get the chance or the time to listen to, but people I totally respect. So there are many things. Just don't think of this time as a waste, and don't let yourself go into the I wish, or I should. This is something that we have no power over. This is something that we have to adjust to, and for our own mental health and sanity and growth, we have to just adjust to it and change with it. And this too shall pass, but while it's here, let's make the best out of it.
Very wise and profound thoughts, Shelly. So I'm so this has just been so good. You're leaving a message of hope, of hunkering down and making the best of the situation, which I'm sure helps people reflect on what they have been doing and also what they can do to change their own situation rather than worrying about things that are beyond control. So I'm so glad that we had this conversation. Thank you so much again for all the sparkles, all the sunshine that you bring to LinkedIn and to the People Pod and to your network and the space. It's been an absolute pleasure and a privilege to talk to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. It's a privilege to spend any time with you, Tara.
Please make sure to like and subscribe and ring the notification bell to keep updated with all our videos. Thank you.